Hey. Well, I just want to send a huge shout out and thank you to Mr. See-Mo-Betta, Seymour over at freeprescriptionlenses.com, and a gigantic thank you to Jigsaw uh, for helping me along this path. Basically, a few months ago, I went to an America's Best, who I now refer to affectionately as America's Worst, because it was close by to get my eyes checked. 5, 6, 7 years later, my prescription was getting very blurry. And at the time, they had doctors. It was during COVID, so it was touch and go. And I finally got an appointment, and they had somebody there at the time. I did my examination, got my values, but I opted not to purchase anything from them at the time because I had found Seymour's website as far as on the YouTube channel months prior, and I watched a bunch of the videos, and I was impressed with the attention to detail that they took for every each pair of glasses. You could tell they really know their stuff. Seymour knows his stuff. Jigsaw knows his stuff. But I kind of put it on the back burner and threw the prescription on my fridge with a magnet and said, "All right, let me read. I'm not sure what I want to do." A few months go by. My existing prescriptions aren't. I mean, I can still see clearly ish, but that HD clarity is pretty much not there anymore. And I said, you know what? I wasn't sure how to do the online thing, so I went to America's Worst. They didn't have much to choose from. I got a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses that were extreme wraparounds. I think they were an 8 or a 9, which I later found out through Jigsaw that they never should have allowed my type of prescription with the progressive um, to be applied to such a close wraparound extreme frame. And essentially, what happened is once they were completed and I picked them up, I was having trouble with them. True clarity could only really be achieved by looking at the upper portion of my glasses. If I look straight out, I could see clearly, but it would kind of fade in and out a bit. Uh, Looking hard left or hard right to try to pull into traffic, it was a complete blur. And I was like, what is going on? These are single vision prescriptions on these old Ray-Bans. So no matter where I look, there's no blur. So I can see fine with them. They're just not as clear as they once were. And I got really pissed. I was not happy. And they had offered a 30-day policy on refunds if I wasn't happy. So I took them both back. The other pair were a cheap set of shack frames. The prescription was fine, but I wasn't happy with the way they looked, and they didn't do it for me. So I returned them, got a credit, and went straight, did a beeline to freeprescriptionlenses.com. But when all the drop down choices, they can be a little confusing. You're not really sure what you should be choosing for some of these options. So I reached out and I got in touch with Jigsaw. And what a great guy. Just really an absolute wonderful human being. He and I talked on the phone several times. He guided me through the whole process. He explained all the intricacies of how certain types of prescriptions are better off with certain types of lenses and frames. And I initially wanted shock tubes, but he said, honestly, you're probably going to have a similar issue like you had with the Ray-Bans because shock tubes are pretty extreme on the curvature. So I then opted for the Detcords, and because I am a hobbyist when it comes to I like to go shooting. I like to build my guns and stuff. If you have seen my channel, you know, and I wanted something to protect my eyes properly, and I have yet to have something. I can wear safety glasses, which I was wearing overlays over my eyeglasses, but with 2 layers, it wasn't great, and my prescription was dated on top of that, and then they'd fog up. So I said, I need a more viable option. I need 2 good quality sets of frames, one sunglass, one eyeglass. They both need to be structurally sound to protect my eyes. And I ended up, after several hours on the phone with Jigsaw, we landed on the Detcords with my prescription with the cool blue mirror, which I think is going to be awesome. I love blue. And I'm glad I didn't get the super shiny mirror because when you're shooting behind optics on rifles and on pistols, I guess, I was concerned about light kind of, like refracting off the glasses and possibly into the glass of the optic during daytime shooting. And perhaps that wasn't the best way to go. So the cool blue just made sense, and it matches the red, white, and blue flag on the blue. Uh, couldn't be happier, and I fully intend to recommend See-Mo, Mr. Mo-Betta, and Jigsaw and FreePrescriptionLenses.com to anybody that asks me where I got them. Um, don't hesitate to give them a call or send them an email. They'll walk you through the process, advise on what options you should be selecting based on your personal situation and what you're going for. And I couldn't be happier. They're in the mail now. I appreciate you making the video for me, sir. And I'm all excited like a kid on Christmas. I can't wait to get them. And I'll do a quick unboxing video. We'll take a look at them in the sun. I'm not sure when the Holbrook XLs will be on their way. I'm sure pretty soon. And those will be my dedicated eyeglasses. I was going to go with transitions on those, but I kind of backed off because I said I have dedicated sunglasses with the Detcords. But these Holbrooks are going to be better off just being crisp and clear, and I think I made the right call on that. So big thanks to Jigsaw, big thanks to Seymour, Mr. See-Mo-Betta. I couldn't be happier. I fully intend to contact you with all my future eyeglass needs and sunglass needs, and I just couldn't be happier with the end result. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. America.